What happens when a superpower decides that another country is a national threat? Is it protection or is it control? In recent months, tensions between the United States and Venezuela have intensified once again, reopening a long and uncomfortable debate about power, intervention, and global influence. This is not just a story about oil. It's not only about borders or ideology. This is a story about how power is used in the modern world. Venezuela holds one of the largest proven oil reserves on the planet. For decades, this single fact has made the country strategically important, economically valuable, and politically vulnerable. Since the rise of President Nicolas Maduro, the United States has accused Venezuela's government of corruption, authoritarian rule, and destabilizing the region. In response, Washington imposed heavy economic sanctions, froze Venezuelan assets, and increased diplomatic and political pressure, arguing that these actions were necessary to defend democracy and regional stability. But in recent months, tensions escalated further. American officials justified stronger actions under national security and anti-narcotics enforcement, claiming that Venezuela had become a hub for criminal networks threatening the wider region. Supporters of this approach argue that instability in Venezuela fuels illegal migration, organized crime, and drug trafficking across the hemisphere. From this perspective, intervention is framed not as aggression, but as prevention. They argue that sanctions and pressure offer a way to confront authoritarian governments without launching full-scale war, while protecting American interests and maintaining strategic balance in the Western Hemisphere. But critics see a very different picture. They argue that no nation has the legal or moral right to decide another country's leadership or political future. They point out that sanctions often hurt ordinary citizens far more than political elites, worsening shortages, inflation, and humanitarian suffering inside Venezuela. And they warn that if powerful nations intervene whenever they claim moral authority, international law becomes optional, not universal. For Latin America, these actions revive painful memories of past foreign interventions, deepening distrust and resentment toward U.S. intentions. The consequences of this conflict reach far beyond Venezuela. They signal how the United States may approach future global crises through economic pressure, sanctions, and selective force rather than long-term diplomacy. They also raise a difficult question. Can democracy truly be promoted from the outside without violating the very principles it claims to defend? Because this isn't just about Venezuela. It's about who sets the rules in the global order, who